Wuthering Heights. Family. The importance of family in Wuthering Heights cannot be understated. Family is the main catalyst for conflict and the main motivation for revenge. We start with Mr. Earnshaw and his two kids, Hindley and Catherine. Initially, Hindley is Earnshaw's favorite, but this all ends when Earnshaw brings home a dark-haired kid he found and named Heathcliff. Earnshaw's new favorite is Heathcliff rather than Hindley, and Hindley never forgives him for this. Now, this lack of forgiveness for his father's actions is what drives Hindley's hate for Heathcliff. When Earnshaw dies and Hindley becomes in charge of Wuthering Heights, he makes Heathcliff's life as miserable as possible as revenge. Hindley choosing to seek revenge on Heathcliff rather than forgiving him will ultimately lead to his undoing. Both Heathcliff and Catherine are subjected to Hindley's abuse, causing a twisted love between them based on a joint trauma caused by Hindley. Though in love with Heathcliff, Catherine later chooses Edgar Linton over Heathcliff. After Heathcliff runs off and gets rich, instead of forgiving Hindley for his mistreatment, and Edgar for marrying Catherine, he also chooses to seek revenge on both of their families. Heathcliff proceeds to get control of Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange as a part of his revenge scheme, along with becoming in charge of Hareton, Linton, and Catherine. This strange dynamic of not forgiving and seeking revenge is shown again through Heathcliff. This dynamic only changes when Catherine forgives Hareton for not helping her with Linton. In the end, it is Catherine and Hareton who end up happy, in love, and possession of both Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. Through the actions of family, we can see that Bronte is trying to tell us that we should forgive one another rather than try and seek revenge. Those who seek revenge in this story do not get what they want, and family is often used as means for this revenge. Heathcliff uses family connections for his revenge plan. He uses Linton to marry Catherine so he can gain Thrushcross Grange through family inheritance when Linton dies. He gains both properties, Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange, as a part of his want for revenge against the two families, the Lintons and the Earnshaws. But in the end, after Heathcliff dies, it is because of his family connections that Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange comes back into possession of Lintons and the Earnshaws, showing that his revenge was ultimately pointless in the end. When Hindley, while drunk, drops Hareton, Heathcliff catches him instinctively, to which he immediately regrets, realizing that Hareton's death would have been perfect revenge for Hindley. This shows the cruel nature that revenge inherently has. Heathcliff uses family as pawns in his scheme for revenge, as seen in this quote. "My son is prospective owner of your place, and I should not wish him to die till I was certain of being his successor. Besides, he's mine, and I want the triumph of seeing my descendants fairly lord of their estates, my child hiring their children to till their father's lands for wages. That is the sole consideration which can make me endure the whelp. I despise him for himself. I hate him for the memories he revives." This quote shows Heathcliff seeing Linton as property more than family, relating back to the inhumanity that seeking revenge can bring. Wuthering Heights itself symbolizes the Earnshaw family. Lacking domestic comfort and hospitality, it reflects the dark and twisted way the Earnshaws treat each other.